I see something fucked up.
What's he doing?
Is something wrong?
Something wrong?
Everyone may know Alice in Wonderland as a fun fantasy adventure story which is full of strange creatures and things that only the imagination can create. Alice, Madness Returns flips the story round to become more sinister and creepy. Alice lives in an orphanage after being discharged from a psychiatric facility, but still has hallucinations of Wonderland and suffers huge trauma from the fire that killed her family. Alice slips back into Wonderland where all is different. An evil force has swept through the land, corrupting everything in it.
Mr. Payne had
You start off in the orphanage where you can go out into the village, where you'll see a cat and pursue it. After some strange bollocks, Alice is transported to Wonderland and talks to the Cheshire Cat, who urges her to find out where the source of the evil is coming from.
familiar.
About time too, Alice.
Blasted cat. Don't try to bully me. I'm very much on edge.
Perfect. When you're not on edge, you're taking up too much space.
You're no help at all.
The heads-up display is very simple.
You know
You have a rose vine to represent your health. These will slowly disappear the more you get hit. Killing enemies will sometimes drop roses, and finding these flowers will slowly regenerate health by standing on one and holding the shrink button down. You begin the level with only the ability to jump. New abilities are slowly introduced as you progress. You'll eventually be equipped with a Vorpal knife, which will be your primary weapon. A pepper grinder that can be used as a Gatling gun and lock onto targets to kill them. Or this can be independently aimed with the R3 button to target pig snouts and door switches. There's a bomb which can be thrown on the floor and detonated when you choose. They can also be used to hold pressure plates down on the floor to open doorways and blow open cracked walls. There's a hobby horse which deals heavy damage and can break an enemy's guard, or smash through cracked walls and floors. There's the umbrella, which when used will act as a shield for projectiles. When timed right, Alice will bounce a projectile back to an enemy, causing heavy damage. And a teapot which can fire tea projectiles at enemies that are locked on. Alice can jump, then jump again and float. This will be used a lot during the game to reach places that a normal jump can't do. Alice can shrink at the touch of a button to pass through keyholes, and is very useful to dodge attacks from enemies. If she's being attacked by something like a bolterfly, a dash move can be executed to escape the attack. And for the ultimate attack, when your health is critically low, you can press the L3 button to activate Hysteria mode. This will make Alice invincible and relentless. The pepper grinder won't overheat either, so you can continuously pummel enemies until they are dead. Throughout the game you'll come across objects that have jets of air pointing up, which can propel Alice to a great height to another platform. There's small pads which do the same thing. When touched, Alice can reach her higher platform. The game itself is a creepy looking 3D platformer that takes an original idea and turns it upside down. Everything is your enemy and killing them is the only way forward. The levels are split into chapters, and each chapter is a different world. Although they are very different, the principle is the same. You run through each level opening doors, killing freaks and jumping onto moving platforms. And that may sound very repetitive, and sometimes it is. But there are secrets to be found. And most of these can be found through keyholes hidden in the levels. With the L2 button you can shrink Alice down so that she can fit through small doors. As I said earlier, this is useful to dodge attacks as well as using the dodge move. Using this can also light up hints drawn on the floors or walls for secret areas, or if you've lost your way somehow. There are flying pig snouts hidden everywhere which you can shoot down with a pepper gun. This will highlight a new path or drop a surprise basket of goodies. Hidden in the levels are secret doorways, which will take you to a platform where you'll encounter heavy hitting enemies. You must kill all of them to succeed. These can be really tough. failure happens a lot here. Once you've got through it, you'll be rewarded with a quarter of a rose. Get 4 of these to add another rose to your health. Things to be collected in the game are teeth and roses. Teeth can be found lying around levels or by killing enemies. 1 tooth is worth 1 point. Golden teeth can also be found in secret areas or by killing a boss. They are worth 5. Alice can upgrade her weapons by spending a teeth in the pause menu. You can upgrade the Vorpal knife, hobby horse, the teapot and the pepper grinder. Upgrading them makes them faster and stronger. Other collectibles that are hidden are memories. There are bottles, pens and glasses and houses to find. And if you don't find them all, you can always revisit the level and track them all down. All enemies have a pattern to their moves. Some of these can be tricky to defeat. The Lost Souls with 3 heads have big defense and can be hard to break. Their attacks are brutal, but you can't dodge them with the time right and collect their firepower with the umbrella. But if there are multiple smaller enemies that are there at the same time, you can get overpowered in no time. Learning to dodge at the right time is crucial to survive. The same with deflecting projectiles. Controlling Alice is fine for most of the time, however trying to aim with the pepper grinder is a massive prick. It's okay when you're locked onto an enemy, it's only when you need to quickly aim at something like the clock targets to open doors. The frustration hit record levels when a pressure plate had been pressed, then having to run to a certain point to shoot at it. Jumping from a platform to a floating platform is a pain in the tits. Most of the time it's fine, but there were quite a few occasions where I couldn't judge where Alice was going to land. And how about the combat? If you're expecting something like God of War, then you'd be wrong. Alice does attack violently, but there aren't multiple combos to finish enemies. It's just a basic flurry attack. When your weapons are upgraded, they do get more aggressive, but that's about it. The further you get through the game, the harder it gets. Enemies are bigger and tougher. It will take a lot of resistance to take some of them down, as it will just plough through you and wipe your health away instantly. The levels take a different turn at certain points along the way, where it will turn into a side-scrolling level where you can only jump or shrink. In these levels you can find hidden peaches. They don't do anything except award you with a trophy if you collect them all. In later levels you'll control a doll's head in a maze. These aren't too bad, but can become frustrating if you don't hit a ramp right. But, is this game any good? It is. It has a few minor niggles, but it's still good fun. The chapters are quite long, but not too long to make you bored. The graphics are pretty good, but nothing mind-blowing. They are a good step up from the PS2, however. The voice acting is top-notch, and some even sound familiar.
I'll see you charged. In prison, some half-wit bruiser will make you his sweetheart, and then you'll hang.
Indeed. A hysterical woman, former lunatic, roaring outrageous accusations against a respectable social architect and scientist. My God, Alice, who would believe you? I scarcely believe it myself.
Overall, it's a good game that's worth a try. It's around about the £25 mark at the moment, but even at that price I still think it's a worthwhile purchase.
Psychotic, silly bitch.
This game, however, is the second game in the series. American McGee's Alice is available on PC, which was released 10 years before this. And no, I have no idea what that one is like. But, after completing the game, it became available to purchase from the PlayStation Store. Now the game itself came with the code to download it straight away, but this expired some years ago. Not to worry though, as the game took me to the download and it was free, so the adventure begins again.